2 years ago, I believed my life was solid. At 33, I was married to the woman I had loved since high school. And we had a beautiful little girl who brought sunshine into every corner of our world. My name is David. And back then, I thought I had built something unbreakable. Claire, let's call her that, wasn't just my wife. She was my history. We had grown up together, weathered every storm from adolescence to adulthood, and tied the knot in college during our junior year. I had joined the Air Force early, determined to give us a stable life. She waited for me through training, through deployments, just like we had promised. Our love felt unshakable. When our daughter Lena was born, I thought we had reached the peak of everything we had worked for. I used to watch Claire hold our daughter and feel a warmth that made all the hard years worth it. But something shifted after Lena's arrival. Claire began to change in ways that confused and hurt me. Her moods turned sharp and unpredictable. The smallest things would set her off: forgotten groceries, a misinterpreted glance, and our once peaceful home became a place of tension and cold silences. At first, I made excuses for her. I told myself it was the stress of becoming a new mother, maybe even postpartum depression. I tried to be understanding, to give her space and time to heal. I took on more, tried to lighten her load, thinking that love and patience could fix what was broken. But it didn't get better. In fact, it got worse. Claire began pulling away from me emotionally. Some days, even from Lena. Conversations felt like navigating a minefield. I never knew what might set her off. And when I got too close to the truth, the calm never lasted. I was living in a house where love had become a ghost, there, but unreachable. Silent resentment filled every corner, and the arguments came out of nowhere, like sudden storms that left me stunned. Still, I didn't see what was really happening. Not until I found a dating app on her phone. She wasn't even trying to hide it. That discovery didn't just raise suspicions. It shattered the floor beneath me. I needed answers. Real ones. Not vague explanations or half-hearted apologies. So, I did something I never imagined I'd do. I created a fake profile using a stranger's picture. Just a regular guy, nothing flashy. And she matched. She flirted. She was eager to meet. That alone told me everything I feared was true. She wasn't just unhappy. She was gone emotionally. But I wasn't finished. There had always been one shadow in the back of my mind. Her old boyfriend, Travis. I remembered the way she used to talk about him years ago. So I dug around on social media, found a recent picture of him, and made another fake profile. This time pretending to be him. The result was gut-wrenching. She opened up like never before. She told Travis that leaving him had been a mistake, that she regretted ever choosing me. She painted him as the man who had everything: success, charm, everything I supposedly lacked. But then came the part that crushed me completely. She said she hated me. Not just disliked, hated. And worse, she said she resented our daughter for looking like me. That broke something deep inside me that I didn't even know could be broken. Still pretending to be Travis, I kept the conversation going. I needed to see how far she would go. When I asked why she stayed if she was so miserable, she said it wasn't love. It was convenience. Financial stability. She stayed because I paid the bills. That was it. Finally, I asked what I never thought I'd say. If I, Travis, promised to take care of her, would she leave everything, even her child? Her answer was immediate. Yes. That was the end. The moment everything crystallized. I dropped the act, sent her a photo of myself, and typed 4 words that echoed louder than any scream. Asterisk, it's over. Pack your things. Asterisk. Her response was nuclear. She went from denial to fury in seconds. She threatened to drag me through court, to take Lena just to hurt me. But I had already reached my breaking point. I wasn't going to let my daughter grow up in a house full of lies and silent rage. I hired one of the best family lawyers in Chicago and prepared for battle. The divorce was brutal, long, draining, but I was relentless. I showed the court everything: screenshots of the conversations, her confession about staying only for money, her resentment toward Lena. She tried to perform in court, to look like the heartbroken mother. But the truth was too loud to ignore. The judge awarded me full custody. Claire got only supervised visits. That's when her mask finally slipped in front of everyone. She screamed in the courtroom, not about losing her daughter, but about losing the financial benefits. She shouted that if she couldn't win custody, she didn't want to see Lena at all. Then she stormed out. The judge, stunned, muttered that he'd never felt more confident in a ruling. I protected Lena from the worst of it. Told her just enough to explain why her mother wasn't around anymore, but not enough to damage her heart. One night, she asked me if I would ever find her a new mommy. I didn't know what to say. My heart was still too raw to imagine opening it again. For the next 6 months, I focused only on healing, on rebuilding our lives. I poured every bit of love I had into being the best father I could be. Then, on a quiet afternoon at the park, I met someone. Rachel, a single mom who wasn't looking for anything either. But Lena took to her instantly, as if her little heart recognized something kind in her. And slowly, I allowed myself to trust again. We spent time together without pressure, without promises. Eventually, we moved in together, but I was clear. I wasn't ready for marriage. She understood deeply. More than that, she respected it. Rachel brought something I hadn't felt in years: peace, stability, honesty, the kind of love that doesn't demand, but nurtures, the kind that shows up every day with patience and care. Now looking back, it's surreal to think how everything unraveled. But I've learned something I'll never forget. Love without respect is just a prison. And no child deserves to grow up behind bars made of quiet pain and buried anger. Lena and I, we deserve more. And now finally we have it.